Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Welcome. How are you feeling these? I'm loving me some Blondie. I'm loving it. And these lashes, I'm loving them. I think I'm going to go a little bit more dramatic. I love them. I hope you do. So today is a topic about we're going to talk about relationships. How much should you allow your partner to encroach on your privacy? It's a very deep question which causes a lot of tension in relationships, but I want us to talk about it. Why not? Let's talk about it. In case you love this is Icy Blondie from Supreme Luxury Beauty, and just in case you love my lashes, these are the Drama Queen lashes. I'm loving them. Like, they just so full. They get and clip onto my eyes like these 25 mm. So that's just beautiful. So I know most of us have been in relationships. I'm not saying a relationship because they are relationships. I mean, sometimes they can be with your friends, but now we are going to talk about a significant other. Can be your boyfriend, your fiancé, your husband. How much should you share with your partner? How deep should you let your partner get into your private and personal affairs? I'm talking about things that don't really affect your relationship in any way. Things that don't affect the nature of your relationship at all. How deep should you let someone in? Now, there are two sides of it. Personally, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair for anyone to get into your personal space. It's your personal space for a reason. You're both two separate individuals who come together to make one beautiful thing. So both of you are separate. You've come together and there is this beautiful relationship. Remember, two different people. Two different people. You just choose to make this work. For safety purposes, I don't think some things are personal. If they are personal, you should both not get into each other's business. If one of you is not comfortable sharing it, don't share it with them because you want them to share. Let me give an example. For instance, bank accounts. Possibly I don't want to share my money details, my bank details and everything. Then my spouse or significant other should not really should not really show me or share with me because they want me to share with them. First of all, I'm not comfortable. I don't like it. Just respect that and set that boundary. Secondly, share only what you feel comfortable to share and don't expect the other person to do the same for you, because it's going to, one may like it, the other one may not. And what happens? One is happy and the other one is not. Thirdly, we are all humans. Humans fall short. Sometimes don't let people burden you with information. They share with you some things and you're like, damn, why did this person share with me this? Now I'm burdened with the fact that I have to keep this as a secret. That is not cool. It's not good enough. So just don't share some things. Like, I have an example. Like, I had a classmate. I love him so much, and I know he follows my channel. I know he follows my channels and he likes them. So I just want to give him a name. Let me give him a name. He was called Bob. Let me stay very close to the fact. He was called Bob. So Bob was a classmate and we were friends, a group of friends. We're all very close, and then we used to do our coursework together. We used to do our work together, go places. So It got to a time that Bob one time, I don't know, I think he needed to do some interior design in his house, and then I told him I could do his work. So I had to visit his place to get measurements of whatever I need to, to do in his house. I went, did, and got everything. Oh, the turning point was when I got there, the security was tight, like tight, more than I thought it would be. It was very, very tight. So I was like, ah, what's this? Am I in the right place? Yes, I was in the right place. But you know, Bob is so down to earth, and I never really knew about that. So I was like, something not right. It was scary a little bit. So we got there, we did all the measurements. There were other people, we did all the measurements, and we finished. So I had to give him the measurements and the how much it's gonna cost and everything that we are going to need. So I gave him, and when we met over coffee to discuss and give him the details, he was like, I was like, I gave him, and then I was like, how come I got at your place and the security was so tight? Like, I was scared. I'm like, those dogs, those dogs, you know? He's like, yeah, it's like that. It has to be very tight. You can't be there when I don't know, you know? Then I'm like, okay. Then he's like, yeah. I'm like, what? Really, what do you do? He's like, I don't share it, but I'm gonna trust you and tell you. I hope you don't share it. Plainly, that's how he told me. I'm gonna trust you and I tell you. I'm hoping you don't share it. And guess what? When he told me, oh Lord, my heart sank. I was like, what is this? What am I dealing with? What did I ask? I mean, life felt better when I didn't know compared to when I know. I was like, what's happening? I could not really understand what was going on, you know? But I was like, okay, it's a good job, you know? I understand why you have all that security and everything. But it scared the hell out of me. And I had to keep on because no one amongst us knew that. And now only I and him knew it. I had to keep it, you know, because we used to wonder all these fancy cars, the jets. I'm like, you know, all that was glamorous and good, but I just didn't know. So I unfortunately ended up getting to know what he does. And I was like, oh Lord Jesus, why am I going to be burdened with this? Now I have to keep this as a secret. My big mouth will please help me, and I shut up because I don't want to get in trouble. The chances that I can get in trouble if I share this information. So I'm gonna keep the trust and I'm not gonna say nothing about it. And I have never told anyone. And this is just even. This will not be both. So don't share things because it will be a burden onto someone else trying to find out or learn or do, you know? So don't share. And the other thing is people are vindictive. People are bitter. Some people are bitter, and you can never know how bitter someone is when you're in a relationship. During the good times, you never know how bitter, how vindictive someone can be. So just don't share some things that you find that personal. Don't share. I mean, people who are nosy for a reason in most cases. There are people who just want to put you in a compromising situation. They want to know something so that they can compromise you at one point or the other. You know, you've shared so much, you make yourself vulnerable, and then you're at their own mercy. You're at their mercy. So don't share so very much because people are vindictive. When the well runs dry and the ride comes to the end, you never know what people are capable of doing. So don't share that much. And then the other reason as to why you should not really let people, your partner or your spouse, into your personal, private person is it makes people judge you. You know, some people will judge you based on what they know. What you've shared, they will judge you. Some people will judge you based on what they know, what you've shared with them. It may be something in the past, and guess what? It will be so difficult for you to put that badge off of you, you know, because they are not going to get into the details of why did this happen the way it did happen, you know. They just run with it. You said it and it happened. That's it. Another reason is I've actually stopped counting because I have no idea where I am, what number. I'm just getting these off the head because it's an easy read for me. It's an easy read for me. It's just on. It's an easy read for me. So, and then on the other hand, some people, you never know. Some people ask, they want to ask scams, that cheats. They want some information because they want to get you in a compromising situation. The more they know, the more compromise you get. You never know what they need the information for. So you give them that information and they're gonna use it against you in all ways they can. You know, that's where you find blackmail, that's where you find gossip, that's where you find people doing all the things, you know. So please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't share your private, you know. And then it's okay to have boundaries. You're two people who come together and you want to be together. Just please have some boundaries. It's respect. You don't have to know your partner in details like that. If something does not stop your relationship in any way, if it does not get in your relationship in any way, it's not a habit, it's not their personal relationships, don't get into it. Give them privacy. Let them keep some part of them. Yes, two can become one, but let them still have their difference. Let them be individuals. Let them have some privacy. Let them share with you because you earn it, because you want it, not because you are stressing the hell out of them. And for the sake of peace, that's what they have to do. I mean, how do you sleep with yourself? How will you be happy? Please, privacy is very important. Yes, it's very important. And boundaries should be set. Treat each other well, but don't share things that you know that the other person will use when the ride comes to the end, because there is a very thin line between love and hate. Very thin line. The more someone loves you is the more someone can hate you, is the more someone can be vindictive, is the more someone can be evil, is the more someone can want to see you fall. So please, there's a thin line, so just don't share too much. Keep your privacy. I mean, it should not be a determinant for your relationship. Otherwise, subscribe to this channel and we are still going to have a lot. I'm focused more onto relationships because I'm kind of zoned out of so many things, and I'm just trying to rediscover myself. I'm just trying to learn to get to know who I am. I'm just trying to rediscover myself, and I'm just focusing a lot of time onto me. I want to be the best person I can be. I want to be the best version of myself, independent of anyone else. So please subscribe to this channel. Let's share more about these relationships, those intimate details, you know, those personal details, how to deal with some character traits in people, you know. alpha females in a relationship. How do you deal with that? I'll let you. Let's keep up. Subscribe.